Let's bring in Paul Sankey for more. He's president and lead analyst at Sankey Research, along with RBC Capital Markets, global head of commodity strategy, Helima Croft. Helima, welcome. Got to get Brian in here, too, to round this out. Let me just start quickly, Helima, on your latest assessment of how quickly the Strait of Hormuz will reopen.
I mean, there's no indication, Kelly, that we have any movement on reopening the Strait. Yes, President Trump has floated the DFC insurance plan, naval escorts, but very little facts or, plans to back up the announcements. And so we have no indication going into next week that we're going to see significant movement in the Straits. And that is leading to the prospects of cascading shut-ins when it comes to production.
Paul, what would you say your kind of handicap of this whole thing is as well? Are you thinking a few more hours, a few more days, a few more weeks until it can reopen?
No. Well, that's very difficult to say. But on Monday, we said that if they don't get it open by Friday, we have a major, major problem. And last time I checked, today is Friday. You got to remember here that we measure things in barrels a day, 100 million barrel a day, 105 million barrel a day global oil market, 20 million barrels a day. Just in the example of oil, let alone gas, let alone everything else. Helium is getting everyone's attention at the moment. These are daily numbers. And so every day that passes is just becoming a worse and worse crisis here. And as Helima says, no sign of it ending anytime soon, such as over the weekend. What
do you say, Paul, to those who point to, maybe we can show the forward months, and they say, look, by the back half of the year, we're back at 68. What's the problem?
We will be, because we'll destroy demand so much. If it's a question of supply side, we'll go as high as we go until demand, just gets crushed. You're looking here at, $250 a barrel for jet fuel. How many people are going to be flying jets at that kind of price? And, the list goes on. So it's going to be a demand response here, and that's how the market rationalizes itself. High prices cure high prices.
Helima, I think that's such a good point. And I just wonder, okay, I don't even think we've understood the effect this is going to have on the consumer right now. We've gone to, I think it was around $3.32 at the gas pump from $2.89 a month ago. That's almost a 50-cent increase in a month.
And we were about to hit that psychological pain point of $4 a gallon. So I think the real question, Kelly, is if you are sitting in the White House and you are very focused on your affordability agenda, when do you start saying that the economic cost may lead you to scale back your political ambitions? I mean, the Iranians essentially have to survive. Air power alone can do regime decapitation. When you listen to the president's maximalist goals of unconditional surrender, the question is, how long does he believe that's going to take? And again, we've had these pronouncements that they're going to be naval escorts, but we are an active combatant this time around. How many ships can actually be used to escort tankers through the Straits? And where are we in terms of this DFC insurance plan?
Yes. And Helima, just to press the point, even if the president were to say, enough is enough, and, he would declare something like a mission accomplished, do you think it's up to him on some level? Or is this, how much is up to the Iranians in terms of lengthening the amount of time that the Strait can be closed and this pain can be inflicted?
I mean, the Iranians absolutely have a say. And I think we focused way too much at the start of the conflict on missile stockpiles, not enough on their drone capabilities. Every time you hear announcements of how many ships that we have sunk, the question is, what is remaining in terms of fast boats that can be packed with explosives that can target tankers as well? So, again, the Iranians seemingly have asymmetric capabilities that they can use. They can behave as a non-state actor in terms of how they reorganize their leadership. And so the question is, when are they also willing to say, we'll meet you at the table? No indications that either side is basically in de-escalation mode yet.